In recent months, the Turks and Caicos Islands have been on life support from the legal matters that halted the UK's plans. But just minutes ago, right here at this very podium inside our WIV4 studios, His Excellency the Governor Gordon Wetherell pulled that plug. Parts of the TCI's constitution has been suspended and the Order in Council enforced. News 4 had exclusive rights to the televised statement, and it was first broadcasted live on our network. Turks and Caicos Islanders all across the country were swarming televisions in restaurants, banks, in the airport, and on the job, waiting anxiously to find out what's next. The proclamation was endorsed by His Excellency today, August 14th, in the Gazette after the final stumbling block, the appeal in the UK High Courts brought forth by past Premier Michael Mizik that was lost. Ministers in the United Kingdom gave the governor the green light, and in less than 48 hours he broke the news.
With immediate effect, ministerial government and the House of Assembly are suspended, meaning that Cabinet will no longer exist and the House of Assembly is dissolved and members' seats are vacated. The constitutional right to trial by jury is also suspended with immediate effect. In accordance with the Order in Council, this will be for a period of 2 years, subject to extension or abbreviation as necessary. During this period, the Governor will be responsible for the government of the Turks and Caicos Islands.
The governor has appointed Martin Stanley as chief executive to aid him in overseeing the public service sector. Stanley is an experienced UK senior civil servant and regulator. He was in his previous appointments Chief Executive of the Competition Commission, Chief Executive of the Postal Services Commission, Principal Private Secretary to the Secretary of State for Trade and Industry, and Director of the Cabinet Office's Regulatory Impact Unit. While many phony lists have been surfacing naming suspected members that could be on the advisory council, the authentic list the governor has still not disclosed, but is expected to do so early next week. Along with that council, a consultative forum will also be appointed comprising of entirely belongers. Governor Wetherell said that although the people of the country will not be involved in the selection process, he believes those chosen members will echo the vision of the people and be receptive to public issues.
After a long and frustrating period of waiting and delay, we can finally move ahead together towards a fresh start for the islands. Our goal is to make a clean break with the mistakes of the past by establishing a durable path towards good governance, sound financial management, and sustainable development. Our guiding principles will be those of transparency, accountability, and responsibility. I believe that most people in the Turks and Caicos will join with me in welcoming these changes. This is not a British takeover, although, as I have said in my statement of the 2nd of July, I have appointed experts to work in areas of concern highlighted in the final report of the Commission of Inquiry. The TCI Public Service will continue to exercise their normal functions. Public services will continue to be run by people of the Turks and Caicos Islands, as indeed they should be.
The suspension follows a month-long British probe where rampant indications of political immorality and governmental incompetence were dug up among cabinet ministers of TCIG under the oversight of Michael Mizik in a March 2009 interim report. Since the government's March 16th broadcast of their plans to take control earlier this year, the government bench became seemingly divided and unstabilized. There was reshuffling of ministerial posts, followed by resignations of some ministers who gave testimony at the inquiry, one after the other, including Premier at the time, Michael Mizik. Shortly after this, party elections were called, and thus Gelmo Williams was elected Premier. Along came delays in the submission of the final report to the governor from the Commission of Inquiry attorney, and then another setback by the governor to the country. His Excellency delayed the publication of the final report, which was at last made on July 18th due to appeals filed by 2 chief developers to block their names and companies from being botched in the release. The now partially suspended Constitution leaves in place the Fundamental Rights chapter and provisions relating to the courts and the public service. The governor and United Kingdom ministers are hoping to hold general elections in 2011. For WIV4 News, I'm Akira John.